Cabbage Farts. Once there were two sisters. One sister was selfish and mean, while the other was good, generous and kind. One day, the kind sister was visiting her unkind sister. The unkind sister was making stuffed cabbage leaves. "Oh, sister, would you give me one of those delicious stuffed cabbage leaves? Away with you! Don't you know the mayor is coming?" The younger sister went to her home. She herself found cabbage leaves and began to make them, stuffing them carefully and eating them. Oh, they were so delicious. But now, through the doorway came the mayor. "May I try one of your cabbage leaves?" The young sister leant forward with the cabbage leaf, but as she leaned forward, after eating so many herself, you can imagine what happened. As she farted, she said, "Oh, I am so ashamed. I wish the world would swallow me up." And there she was, swallowed by the ground and down into the underworld. The underworld wasn't a bad place. The people were smiling and happy and joking. And there, sitting at a roadside cafe drinking coffee, was the fart that she had released. It was so jolly. She said, "Oh, here I am in the underworld because of you. I want to go back to my own world now." "Well, seeing as you have done this for me, I will send you back, and gold coins will drop from your mouth." And there she was, back in her own home, and there was her husband. But when she tried to explain to him what had happened, gold coins fell from her mouth, and they laughed and were happy, and soon became rich. When the selfish, mean sister heard about this, she came to visit her sister. "Where did you get all of this wealth?" And when she heard, she herself came up with a plan. She went to her home and invited the mayor. And when the mayor came in, she leant towards him with a stuffed cabbage leaf. But she had to strain and push and force out a fart. "I'm so embarrassed. I wish the ground would swallow me up." And there she was in the underworld. Oh, but the underworld was a dark and gloomy place. The people were full of woe. They were frightened and barely looked at each other. And there, dressed in miserable rags, was the fart that she had pushed out. "Send me back to the world above so I may have gold." "I was warm and comfortable and cozy, and you pushed me out. You may go back to your world, but..." She found herself back above the ground, and there was her husband admonishing her. Why did you disappear when the mayor came in the house? And when she tried to explain, what came out of her mouth was teeming scorpions, and they stung her all over until she was dead.